Good morning, it is Saturday again, which means it is another park run day, but yet again we are having to volunteer due to an ACL injury. So today we are off to the Five Arches park run and we are going to be doing the finish tokens this week. So last week we did the marshalling, so you can go check that video out. But this week we are doing the finish tokens. It is currently 8 a.m, so I'm going to have to put my foot down a little bit because we need to get to the Five Arches park run by 8:30. You can't actually park at the park run because that's mainly for disabled and the volunteers with all the different bits of equipment and stuff, so I'm going to have to park at a different parking spot. I've just arrived at Church Street parking. There's loads of spots here. I think there's 89 overall, but you have to remember to pay for it. It is free. You have to still pay for a ticket for it to be free, so make sure you do that. But we're running a bit late, so we're going to have to head off really quickly off to the course because we're meant to get there for 8:30. So Five Arches get there for 8:30. And then for the Pomfrey Hill last week, it was 8:20. So a little bit later this morning, so you get more of a line. However, I live about 10 minutes further away from Five Arches, so didn't really get the line in the end. If you haven't done the Five Arches park run before, it's actually in a really nice area. It's on an old railway track, so it's really quite a flat one and an easy one to get a PB. It's crazy to think the person in first was that quick it knocked over the finish funnel. So what do you do in the role of finish tokens? The role is often shared by two volunteers, which in this case at Five Arches Park Run, there was two of us. The volunteers are then given the box of tokens at the start of the event, so that's all the numbered tokens which you receive at the end of the run. So any runners that are crossing the line on their own 2 feet, i.e. we don't count buggy passengers or children who are carried, are timed, and then they are each given a finish token. So it's our job to make sure that we are giving out the finish tokens in order. Tokens are usually stored on a string or sort of like a paper clip, so my advice is if it's given to you, you just slide one off one by one, and you have, I think they're in clusters of 20 to 50 sort of tokens, and then the second person can assist here as well. Maybe they slide it off, give them to you, and then you hand them over to the runner. This should increase the efficiency of the distribution because you don't want a finish funnel getting too full up with that many people, and in some cases you can see they do get quite full because lots of runners are finishing at the same time. If any tokens are dropped and can't easily be picked up, don't panic, just carry on to the next one, but make sure you take a note of the one that you have dropped and make sure that no one else picks it up instead. And also make sure to tell the funnel manager, in this case we made sure to tell her to make a note of the finish token numbers that have been missed out, so if you were to drop one, then those ones would obviously count as a missed token. And then in this case the director is aware when processing the results so that they can skip out those positions and instead shift everyone up a place. If any of the runners refuse to take a token, that is fine, just make sure to pocket it or pass it to the funnel manager who is also there on the day. Please make sure not to give that token to the next runner though, however, as this will cause a problem when processing the results as the times are then all incorrect from that position. It's a really fun job to do, I have to recommend it, as runners are so pleased to finish, and so when they claim their token at the end, it does make you feel good about yourself because they have just finished, so they're really happy with their run. Another couple of tips for if you are doing finishing tokens is I'd always make sure to check all of the tokens at the start. You don't want to get stuck in that position where you're handing out the tokens, then you realise that the positions are in the wrong order, because if that was the case, then you would be in real trouble. I don't know how you'd actually end up fixing that, but there must be a way of sorting that one out. But do make sure to check before the run but they are all in order. And as you can see in the video, we are switched now. So the first 50 I was doing, and then the second 50 the other finished tokens role was handing them out. So we just switched intermittently in between each other just to help each other out. And then at the end, you need to make sure that you put them all back into order. We actually had some people helping us in the end, so when people put them back into the tubs after scanning their tokens, then there were some people that were helping out at the end to put them all back in order. And as you may have seen earlier on as well, we actually helped to set up the finish funnel, but the finish funnel fell over, so we did do a great job, but in the end it was all up and working fine. And that's it done. So it's currently just past 10 o'clock, so it didn't take too long. It's quite a quick course as well because it's just a flat there and back. If you want to go check out my course video, feel free to check that out. But it's an easy, simple thing. Just got to give out the finishing tokens to the people at the end. Makes you feel good as well because you get given a flake as well sometimes, or different chocolates by people that are finished, so I did appreciate that as well. And that's another volunteer tourism ticked off the list. So going to drive back now and then go for a quick shower and warm up a little bit because it's quite cold. It's only 16th of December though, and it's like 10-11 degrees, so that's pretty good. It didn't rain at all either, which is perfect. When it rains it can be a little bit miserable, but when it's nice and clear day, not too cool, under some trees as well, so there's no wind or anything like that, so it's perfect temperature really, and a nice day to do a park run. There was also a gorgeous staffy that was there. One of the volunteers had a staffy, and we want to get a staffy at some point, my girlfriend and I, but we need to go travelling first before we get a dog, because otherwise it'll be a bit unfair on the dog. We just go and ditch them. And there we go. So we've just got back. It's currently 10:38, so still got all of the day to go. But I hope you all enjoyed this one, and if you did, do make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. You can go and check out all the other videos. So on my right hand side, we've got the volunteering from last week where I was a marshal at Pomfrey Hill, and then on my left hand side we've got one of the runs, the worldwide park run playlist where you can go and see me running. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.